Okay. So, I saw this film called The Girl in Cabin 13. This is a bit of a rant, and also just, because I need to put a video out, because I'm bored. um, yeah, this one, again, it's one of those home invasion, low-budget films. It's not really good, well acted. It's just okay. The acting's okay, and then there's just almost emotionless act or no emoting in a spot or two that I noticed. Um, I mean, it's directed by Brendan Rhoades, whatever. Some guy named Brendan. It's about a seemingly carefree night for a social media influencer, chick, and her boyfriend. They decide to, after an attempt burglary at their home, they decide to retreat to a cabin out in wherever, away from civilization. And pretty much 3 masked men are stalking them from outside. And they have to try to survive the night. So yeah, that's basically the premise. I mean, the scene photography, that's funny, the director he did like mostly everything, except I believe he didn't do the writing, it was somebody else. It was written by Kellen something. I guess they're related. So it must be married couple did this. I mean, the movie is really only like 5 people essentially. I mean, there's a guy that comes in later on, or early on, but he dies easy and quick and pointlessly. I mean, the movie is edited pretty fine, like just because there's not really a lot that goes on. It thinks it's being creepy with these 3 masked people knocking on the windows, or just standing outside for an hour or hours. And the guy that plays the boyfriend, I thought he wasn't really the best actor in this. I mean, if anything, he was pretty comical, and not in a good way. Brad, Steward Max Hammer, I thought he did okay to what WTF type of acting is this? The girl, on the other hand, I thought, like, she's hot. I can't take that away from. I'll say she's hot. Like, her acting, I didn't mind in spots, but she wasn't really anything to run home about either. Like, again, all we know about these characters is that the girlfriend is a social media influencer, let alone social media addict. Just, I guess she must have, because there's a point in the movie where they're like, nobody knows that we're out here, and then he looks over at her, and then he's like, you didn't. And then she's like, it was... So I guess she must have maybe told somebody. She must have told her followers or whatever. And then they must have posted it or whatever. I'm like, wow. And then, like... And it's not... Again, it's a small ensemble here. I mean, we have 3 masked men. And I'm thinking... And the whole time I'm like wondering, why is this movie even called The Girl in the Cabin? In Cabin 13. At first I was thinking this must be a supernatural film. But then I read the synopsis about... And this synopsis is on Google or online. But then on IMDb, it's totally a influent couple is setting into their secluded remote cabin vacation property when they are visited from a man in the forest. Like, literally, that's what the thing is. But then the poster that I saw on the movie site that I watched this on, I saw a different poster where it looked like it was a supernatural type thing I thought it was. But no, it's just your average, generic home invasion, even though it's not really their home, but invasion, stock and slash movie. But even it's not really a slasher film, because there's really only two people would die, because the girl survives, but then that's questionable at the end, because then it tries to do this thing where I guess her boyfriend must have died, because the way stuff, in the movie was frustrating me, because, and I'm gonna show footage of my reaction to a scene, but it's towards the climax a bit, but they keep mentioning there's no cell reception out here and all that, and okay, and then the boyfriend keeps reassuring his girlfriend they can't get inside, but then they keep saying this, and that's fine, but how about you arm yourselves with weapons? But no, the boyfriend goes outside at least twice in this movie to try to act all tough, and I'm sorry, when you decide to just try to, and he has no authority in his voice either. He's cussing at him and carrying on. He's cussing at him and carrying on, and they're not phased. He carries out a poker. I'm like, how about your girlfriend? How about you tell your girlfriend to grab a knife or start breaking some chairs and some wood and start sharpening that stuff like your Tarzan. Make some spears in case they do get in. But no, they decide to just hide. Then they sit in the living room, and then I'm thinking, is this place that doesn't have an upstairs? But then no, later on they're sitting on stairs, and I'm like, oh, how about you guys just hide upstairs? Well, but then I'm like, how about you? I don't know. This movie tries to be The Strangers, and it's not. And granted, I don't care for The Strangers. I did a review. It was a rant in a review. I didn't care for that film. I like the premise, but I don't like the characters in it. The second film, I think, is way better and way smarter in some aspects. And better characters. But this one, again, I didn't care about anybody because, at first I wasn't minding the couple because they're doing a montage of them walking in the woods, and we're about at we're in the third act, and I believe the movie's almost over. And the lead girl is doing dumb stuff. Her boyfriend, I believe, is dead in a lame fashion, just cut and stabbed, I guess.
I need help. I need someone to send help. There are 3 masked men in the cabin we've been staying at. I just ran into the woods, and I don't know where Brad is, or I don't know if he's okay.
Why are you doing this? I thought you were trying to hide, and you want to vlog.
I'm hiding now, and I don't know if they're in here with
or
me.
selfie.
If you see this.
The acting in this isn't really horrible, but it's not anything worth, praising either. Oh, now she decides to toughen up. Alright. Giggity. Because after she does, I don't know who she was talking. I don't know if she was streaming a video or recording a video, and then, because it's in Messenger, some type of messaging app that I recognize, and then it shows a pic. Then it keeps going. The camera zooms in on the computer, and it shows these pictures of her leaving her house, and then she gets in a car, and then the pictures are popping up of her in the car. and then it just freeze frames on that, and then it's like, did the person get her, or did they just take pictures of her and let her leave? I don't know. And do I care? Not really, because her character was kind of lame, but then, like, towards the end, she did fight. Like, she killed one intruder, but then, and her boyfriend killed one intruder. But then she gets stabbed, and then, but that's before she survived. But yeah, she gets stabbed, and then she's about to die, but then police arrive and shoot the guy, and then, but then no, because then she gets stalked, I guess, by another crazy fan. So this movie was basically a allegory for, you know, internet fame, or how famous can you be online, or don't share your whole life with people you don't know online, because some of them can be lunatics or creeps or just stalkers. I don't know. Like, again, the positives I can give it, I guess maybe there's like one song when they're like, I think when they're either traveling to the location or when they're walking, I didn't mind the song. But then they do something goofy with the guy, the property owner guy, or whatever he is, manager, where he, at night, I don't know why he's listening to the headsets but whatever, he decides, because he comes up there, and this is during when the intruders are around, I don't know what he was doing, like, supposed to be changing something around the house or something, but, like, he puts his headsets in, and then we hear banjo music, and I'm like, what the WTF is this? Like, why would you do that? All right, fine, we have to know what he's listening to, fine, but then they keep doing it. Like, it cuts back to the couple trying to get his attention through the window, and then it cuts back to him, and we have to hear his stupid banjo music again, and then it cuts back to the couple again, and then, like, it keeps going back and forth, and I'm like, what is this? And then it plays this crappy hard rock music towards the climax of the movie, where the intruders want to burn the house down, I guess, because they want the girl, which I'm like, no. And then, but yeah, they decide to walk around slowly just with gasoline, and the boyfriend's like, okay, what I need you to do is run outside, and I'll distract them, even though all he did was really distract one of them. But she runs eventually to the car, but then she gets cornered and by one of them, and then she knees him in the crotch. And I'm like, alright. But then she decides to run back, even though she has the keys to the car. All you have to do is get in the car and start it up and drive off. But no, she decides to run all the way back to the house, which is stupid. And then they get in the house somehow. I forget how that even happened. It's like, because they go in the kitchen or whatever, and then the three intruders are already in the house. And then they just surround them. And then he's like, run, Sonny. That's her name. And then the boyfriend kills one of them, which I'm like, alright, cool. But then he does a stupid thing where he wants to do a catchphrase, I guess, or whatever, while he's doing it. He's like, I forget what he even said, but it was stupid. And then he takes his eyes off the other two that are standing, like, right across from him, and then they just tackle him down. Very gently, like, the way they ran at him. One of them, like, grabs on him, and it's like they were positioning him where to fall. I'm like, wow. Yeah, this movie overall, it's an amateur film. It's nowhere near, it's not scary. The idea, of course, is scary, but you saw it in, like, a lot of home invasion films. Or stalk and slash films. Like, it's not anything different, and it doesn't try anything different. I don't even know what it really could have done different, except I don't know, have smarter characters. I think that would be that'd be something different, where they actually decide to fight back and make smarter decisions and not just run outside and then I'm too scared, so I just ran back in the house, even though I was right near the car and I could got in. Granted, the guy might have slashed the tires, but I would have made would have made some progress, I guess. Some attempt to escape. But no! People are dumb in this movie. And the ending's stupid, because I don't care about this girl, really, at the end of the day. So, yeah, and it gets a 2.9 on IMDb. How about it gets a 0.1? And that's just because the one song I like sorta in the film. That's kind of it. But yeah, I would say do not watch this because it's lame. It's poorly acted in spots and just plain not emoting. Near pointless acting. The kills is boring and generic. Cinematography is fine, I guess. The look of the killers, like the masks. I think the leader, he must be the leader. That we see very first time. I believe he must have had like a prosthetic mask on because it seemed like the rest of his head was not covered. So he must have had like an actual, which I thought that was pretty cool and interesting. Also, why did they do? But I guess because they're psychos, or they just wanted the girlfriend or whatever. Why? I don't know. What were they going to do with her? Don't know. I guess they were going to kill her anyway. Because then the guy stabs her towards the end. So it's like, well, okay. Yeah. Overall, no. I do not recommend this film. If anything, watch Strangers Pray at Night. Don't watch the first one. But then again, you might like the first one, so I don't know. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace and love. And yeah.